So you guys are in your second championship game, and it's your first one since season five, and I believe that's the one that I was actually part of the four-man play-by-play booth that went down as the greatest game in SFL history. Now you guys are back. In addition to that amazing game, you guys also had two overtime games in the playoffs this year. So you guys are kind of the cardiac kids or maybe excitement kids. What are we to expect from you guys in this championship game?
Well, probably more of the same because also the Wildcats just had a double overtime game against the Swarm in the playoffs, and we are noticeable and we are famous for having those uh, close, thrilling games like the Hail Mary play with Richard Montague, and we have had more overtime games this season. Games where in the fourth quarter we are losing and we come back to win, or we have to just hold the other team from us to win this game. So I'm really expecting a tough game, maybe high-scoring affair of two of the better teams I've seen in SFL history, really, in the Wildcats as expansion team and us being a good team with Ray Bentley and this potent offense.
Now, being on Twitch and the front page of Twitch and opening yourself up to this new maybe generation of fans or a new market possibly, what do you expect to see from that? What can you tell the new guys that are tuning in for the first time about the SFL and what they can expect and why it's so intriguing to both own, play in, and watch the league as it goes?
Well, it's actually very exciting to watch simulation football in general because it's your team, it's your player, it's your creation. It's like it's not like watching an NFL team. On an NFL team, you don't have control of it. If the Denver Broncos win, you don't have control of it. But if in case of my team, the Aztecs, I have control of it because I select the playbook. I go and draft the players or select the players in free agency. And as a player also, if you submit your player, you choose your height, you choose your weight, you choose your abilities, you choose whether my player is going to be fast, whether my player is going to be strong, whether my player is going to be whatever. So it is your creation, and it is really rewarding to see, even as a coach, owner, or player, it is very rewarding to see your player, your team succeed. I was a player before, and I got hooked. I was the free safety for a team, and I got hooked, and I said, man, I want to be an owner, and now I am. So it is really, it is addictive. It is really addictive to see your creation succeed and win ball games. And this is what people should be looking forward to. Like, I'm going to create a player, and I'm going to succeed with this player.
It's definitely a unique concept and one that I know everybody who's a part of it enjoys. We definitely know that the league puts a lot into what they're doing, and it's definitely an exciting time to be on the front page of Twitch and opening themselves up to a whole new market. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you stopping by and sharing some thoughts. Before you go, do you have any other comments, maybe for your opponent in Chicago or the fans, the commissioner, anything that you want to say to the fans out there or your opponents about this game coming up?
Well, we're coming. We are expecting to get our first win in a championship game. Unfortunately, we lost against the DC Dragons back in Season 5, 31-30. As you said, ranked as the best game in SFL history. So we are absolutely looking forward for a phenomenal game, and may the best team win.
Well, good luck to you. Again, we appreciate you stopping by, and we can't wait for Wednesday to check out the game.
Absolutely, me too. Thank you very much.
Shann Varner, the owner of the Chicago Wildcats, is with us. They are in the first season in the league. They're an expansion team. In the first season, you guys get to the championship game. That's quite an accomplishment. Talk to us about that, how you guys went from an expansion team to the championship game, the thoughts behind building the team and what it means to you to get to the championship game in your very first season.
Well, first and foremost, I couldn't have gotten this far without my coordinators, Deion Hawkins and Ethan King. Just going off the experience I've had with Carolina Skyhawks, being the offensive coordinator there for 2 seasons, and then going off and being the defensive coordinator, learning both sides of the ball, really helped me adjust each and every week to the play calling. And then fortunately, I got to be the head coach towards the end of last season, which was season 8. And, we got off to the playoffs. And unfortunately, we lost in the first round, but it was an experience nonetheless. Going into this season here, I wanted to build my team around veterans, people who cared about the game as much as I did, and wanted to be a part of something great. The thing that really, I guess, was the difficult thing for me this year was getting those veterans to believe in me, getting them to, come along for this ride that, they had no idea how far we could go. And so just getting those guys to believe in me and having an active locker room and all the support week in and week out through the difficult times of losses and the triumphs of winning, I think that, I'm really appreciative of those guys sticking with me. And, the coming into this season and having those veterans, I wanted to put them in the best possible positions and the best possible abilities on those guys so they would flourish and do well.
What are you expecting from this matchup, and are we in for, another possible overtime thriller?
Well, I think both defenses are going to come out and play hard like they've done all season. Without the defense, I don't think either one of our teams, they could have gotten this far. But, I've talked to Ramos for, on and off the field and just got his perspective on things. And, he's a great coach, very, very methodical coach. I think for him it's going to be, looking at what got him here. What got him here is Ray Bentley running up the middle, running to the outside, just using Ray as much possible scenarios as possible. Their defense is very talented with the DBs being, the safety and free safety being gold and silver. I think that, they're going to not let us get there deep. We're going to have to run the ball with Deion Hawkins. So that was part of our game plan. We want to run a little bit more. We want to keep the interceptions down. We want to get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quickly and just put up positive yards. I've preached that all season. And from week to week, we just concentrate on positive yards. If it's 1 yard, it's positive. We don't want to take losses. We want to get into, and we don't want to rely on a kicker because our kicker has been an issue this year. So we want to get into those potential spots where we don't need a kicker. We want to get those 3rd down and 2 conversions and 3rd down and 5 conversions. So for us, we just want to make sure that we're going forward positive all the time. Defensively, we've got to stop Ray Bentley. He's going to be a huge player for their team. That's what got them here, like I said before. And if we can just slow him down, let him have maybe a 100-yard day, keep everything deep in front of us, it could be a great game.
I know a lot of you guys put in a ton of work, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a lot of tears of joy and a lot of tears of sorrow that go into it. It's quite an experience, and it's something that's a pleasure to be a part of on all ends. We know you guys put in a lot of work. We know you guys have been playing for this day all season. I can't thank you guys enough for taking part, and I wish you guys both nothing but the best in this game, and I'm looking and see how it turns out.
Yes, sir, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you for taking the time out and getting this interview done.
Not a problem. Appreciate it, and good luck on the field.